This kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Here we go.
Now it's Haskins. Looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Quarter.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Looking left sideline. Incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again, and it'll bring up third down. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. The Redskins have Greg Stroman back deep. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And 12 at the 12-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Third down. Here's Haskins. Rodgers brings it in. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Switzer on the return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Black 80.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger able to find Switzer. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
All right, now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's just me and you. Check 4, check 4. Help out.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. They'll get that one complete to Connor. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Ben leaves to Connor on the draw. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. Now Roethlisberger. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Check. Check. Check.
Geis with the carry on second down. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Ready.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Switch the ball. Match box. Right.
On first down, this is Geis. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Here we go. Set. Kick to Pittsburgh. Pick it up. Right. He's on top. Down the right. We got 4. Mike's 50. Hey, keep it up. Hey, Mike 50. Mike 50. Too little, Cut. Hey, Mike's 50.
On second and 12, Haskins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Second and 12 at the Steelers' 36-yard line.
Come on, set. Go to base. I got you, punk.
They go play action now. Haskins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
Good stuff. Keep doing it.
They'll take over. First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat...
He's got a man complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They go play action with Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
Third. Black 5. 57. What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's good?
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 24 yards. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 18-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Conner. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner His third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Easy.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Check. West. Check 99. Check 99.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike 55. Hey, eat. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win. Mike 55. It's been a long day.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Here's Tressway now, standing just outside his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Switzer. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
180. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the curl.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
All right, now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Tighten up.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Right back to Cotter here on 1st. And he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Like 20. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 24.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal.
Watch the whip. Switch.
Roethlisberger to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal.
Check. 50. Check out route. Black is third.
They'll try to run it. This is counter. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
All day, dog. Mark 55. Mark 55. Here it comes. Here it comes. 55 is Mike, guys. 55. Shrimp it. Shrimp that ball. Let it go.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. He's going to let this one go deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Steven Nelson. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Connor going backwards here on the first down carry. Stopped up for a loss of a couple. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And it's a fumble. And the Redskins scoop it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. This is out time. This is out. Yeah. Mike 55.
Following the turnover, it's Haskins. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
That's good for a Washington Redskins first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Set. 50. Any weapon. Switch. Check 52. Let's go.
To Thompson on the draw. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Haskins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Drop deep, drop deep.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's go now. Touchdown. I got you. Man, I got you.
Third down, here's Geis. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll set them back 5.
Here comes the ball. I see you, boy. I see you.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Connor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They run with Connor. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, Connor. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, Guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Pittsburgh, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.